Hey there, friends and enemies, Joe here again, and today I wanted to play a little PvP while talking about the situation surrounding the Season 21 leaks, because it is a pretty big story in the Destiny community right now. There's a lot going on. I'm not going to specifically go over any of the leaks themselves, what's coming in Season 21, but I wanted to go over the situation so everyone is caught up. If you are confused or have any questions, again, this is not saying that anybody is guilty of being the leaker or anything like that, but this is just the facts as we know them. So first and foremost, there were some leaks recently that dropped regarding Season 21, and there were screenshots taken from what looks like somebody either from Bungie's perspective or screen sharing from a Bungie perspective, instead of the normal leaks we get in Destiny, which are data miners. Data miners are things that are already in the database, essentially, so we know that those are able to be accessed, but Bungie can hide the secrets they don't want revealed oftentimes from the data miners if they really need to, although it's not always the case, and they've explained that why. Now, these leaks showed off different weapons and all kinds of stuff that problems that are coming, things that are coming with Destiny that is reason to be concerned for those who are players and they don't want to be spoiled, because a lot of people want to go in blind, and that's one of the things that is impossible when we do have these leaks. Now, where did it go from there? So Bungie announced recently on their Twitter that essentially these leaks came from a community summit. If you have not seen one before, a community summit is where Bungie essentially brings in a bunch of people from the community. They don't have to just be streamers and content creators. They can be just any old player, and those players will get a chance to look at some things early. And not only will they get a chance to look at things, but there'll be some hype developed. They can give some feedback, all that stuff. And it's a big honor in the community. So a lot of people get very excited to be part of that. Now, unfortunately, a situation like this might ruin that in the future. And that's one of the major downsides with these leaks coming from a community summit, to be honest, because there's every reason that Bungie might not do one in the future. And that would be a major bummer. That being said, they announced this. They talk about it a little bit from their perspective, what they think happened, and how it was a breach of trust, essentially, for this to happen. And so as they go over that and they're talking about it, everyone obviously starts speculating what the leaks are and who the leaker actually was. Because they don't announce who the leaker was, but it's assumed that we'll figure out, because these community summits are not that large. Meanwhile, on Ekugon, who's a large creator, on his stream, he starts talking about he's not playing Destiny anymore, and he was told by the Bungie developers specifically that he shouldn't play Destiny anymore. And that was something that caught a lot of people off guard and was a big surprise. So, come to today, where everyone's kind of scouring VODs and looking through it and stuff like that. And so everyone believes that he is the leaker. Now, this is something that I feel like people jump to conclusions in this community far too often. They decide what's happening before they actually have all the details. But if Bungie did announce or tell him that they did not want him to play the game anymore, and he's somebody who has like 6,000 some odd Grandmaster clears, then that would be a major surprise, and a lot of people would be caught off guard that he would just stop playing the game, and Bungie would tell him to stop playing the game. You know what I'm saying? So for that reason, that's why it was kind of spread around. And so he did an interview. He talked to Paul Tassi of Forbes and essentially confirmed that Bungie believes he's the leaker. Whether he denies it, he says he's not the leaker, and I don't think we have enough evidence to know whether he was the leaker or not. The problem is, if Bungie has enough evidence, it is their game ultimately, and they can do as they please. So there's nothing else really to be done about that situation, but it is a warning. Whether or not he actively leaked, or maybe accidentally shared something that he shouldn't have with a friend, that's one of the major question marks of whether he, it doesn't matter if you intentionally leak or not. It matters, dodged in real life, it matters if it gets out at all, so even if it was an accident, it would still be on him. Like I said, he denies it, and I believe that people should probably, like, I think people should believe him if he says he didn't do it, just because I'm using Telesto, by the way, just for the memes. For now, we Bungie has proven in the past with cheaters that they will specifically come out and give detailed information on what happened as they find it out. So there's every chance that as they know more, they will give more information. You know what I'm saying? So for that reason, I would kind of wait and see on what's going on. But it's really unfortunate, right? The biggest problem for me is that the leaks really are a major issue when you look at the potential health of the game overall. Just because they kind of disrupt the flow. Everyone wants to be surprised in the game, and they want new stuff to come out and be like, wow, that's really cool. And that can't happen when there's leaks of this nature. So that's one of the major downsides and one of the problems. Regardless of who leaked this, the fact that it came also from a community summit is a major problem, because now the chances of us having community summits like this in the future are way down compared to what they once were, you know? And that's where I'm bummed out. Regardless of how this happened, I'm just bummed that it seems very likely that we're gonna not see these community summits happen as often as we would have liked, and that's unfortunate, really. Overall, I'm not a fan of leaks in general. Oh, that was bad. In general, I don't look at them. I don't pay attention to them. But I think we need to take a look at ourselves as a community and... Oh, I'm just getting farmed by supers. And not jump to these conclusions. I'll trust Bungie when they say that they know that he was a leaker. Oh, your scepter just annihilated me. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to jump to conclusions. Maybe there was something that did happen that caused the leak, and it wasn't necessarily his fault, etc. So I don't know for sure. Like it's impossible to know how that situation actually did unfold, but overall, again, I just hope we don't have to deal with this in the future. And these leaks, he maybe gets cleared. I know a lot of people would be excited about this because there's a lot of people in the community who like him. He's been well known and well respected in the community for a long time. So that's another reason why it's surprising he would be the leaker, because I don't know what he has to gain from it, which is a big part of the problem. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I wanted to talk about it because I do think it's important that people know what the situation is, and I just wanted to say, let's take a step back, worry about what Bungie is, not worry about what Bungie is doing. Let them handle it on their end, and then we can kind of just play the game and have fun. I know that it's going to be a slow period of the game right now, but we don't need to worry about that kind of stuff, and we can let Bungie handle it without witch hunting, without casting more accusations when we don't know the details of the situation. Bungie will let us know if they can. If we get any proof, we'll know more information, but just take a step back, enjoy the game. My name is JoPa. I hope you have a good one. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of normal stuff. I hope you have a good one, and I'll catch y'all later.